Hello, everyone. Welcome to this today's session. Conflicts. If you see, conflicts can occur in many ways, and lot of stress it can also cause conflicts, right? And too much of conflicts can add on to your stress, making your relationship go haywire or break a relationship. So today's session, you're going to see how positive and negative techniques of handling conflicts can help. So negative, we all know, taking away, backstep, not supporting, going into an aggressive mode of breakups. But working towards positive way is even more challenging if you really want that person in your life and you really want to go ahead with the relationship in a smoother way for the long run. So let's get into the session today. I'm Anita. I'm your facilitator today for Career Cognizance. What is conflict? I said conflict can be this person blue has a particular skill set, this person orange has a different skill set, but they're working in the same organization, same project. The way they work, the way they approach is totally different. That does not mean one can go ahead and point finger as you are good for nothing. You do not understand this. You are not keeping my pace, right? There are a lot of things that can happen when a conflict comes. Even if you're under the same umbrella, the same house, the same place, conflicts can happen because your intentions don't match, your methods don't match, your needs don't match, your priorities do not match. There could be various other reasons based on scenario to the scenario. But conflict happens when we both are not in the same mindset. Okay, so that is the base of what is conflict. So how do you handle conflict and how you can see conflict? There are two ways. What doesn't work for me is a negative work. And when we are in an argument, when we are under stress, when we start talking and having a conflict by default, the negative ways that our body starts reacting by yelling, refusing to change or compromise, and refusing to work out the conflict. Name calling, hitting, walking out, or even God knows what else can be done. So they are the negative ways of handling a conflict, saying that I'm done. I do not want this. I'm breaking this up. This deal is done. I don't want to see each other's face anymore, etc. etc. can be your negative way of handling a conflict. But if you're on the other side, to handle the conflict in a positive way, in a better way, start working on negotiation, mediations, basically, anything that having both the sides in a win-win attitude. If you do not want to work, please walk away onto things. If you want things to work with both of you, it should not be a compromise. It should not be a sacrifice, but it should be a win-win situation, which is applicable in all relationships, official, personal, right? So when a conflict is positive, when we as an individual person or cumulative together are able to resolve internal and interpersonal conflicts using win-win problem solving. Here the statement internal, matlab, I personally have certain mindset. I have certain boundaries in my life and I'm changing that. It is an interpersonal communication between you and me, how we work things out, how I can break my barriers and how you can break your barriers, how I can complement your workout, how I can replace that, part which is missing. So that's how you start working on a win-win and a positive situation. Every relationship, my friends, have conflicts sometime or the other, right? From siblings to colleagues, etc. Right? But when we are using this win-win situation, it gives an assurance to the other person, hey, they are also putting the effort. I also need to put it. And it can strengthen your relationship. And it doesn't have to be really communicated every time, but it does not say that this is going to be long term until unless you keep showing that you're working towards a positive side. Who owns a problem? The person who negatively affected by the problem, right? So if you see that I'm going to be the person who's going to create the same kind of problem next time, then you're going to be the negative influencer. But if you want a person who is trying to work on the solution side, then you are the owner of problem solving. You're taking the responsibility of solving a particular situation. So you're finding a way of not to have. So this is a positive way, this is a negative way. Do not get into owning a problem, but be the owner of a responsibility and a solution to any kind of situation. So how is this win-win situation going to use? Simple. You could use three methods. One is fight. Fight to your heart's content in the right way. Okay. Fight it in your heart's content in the right way. Or flight or avoidance. You feel, okay, I have done this, I've hooked up, this is going to blow up. Let me avoid this. Let me not speak about this topic, or let me not, touch this subject. Or you could say, okay, I've goofed up, I'm done. I'm going to sit and I'm going to get it all in. So you just shut down, you sit there, and the person just blasts and lets events everything on you. But the advantage is on the third point, you can pick up the unsaid words or their intentions, which never was communicated before. So when a person is really angry, do watch out, observe. Do not observe, observe their words, observe their intentions. What is that is coming out of their words? What is their main need? What is their main goal? What is their main intent? It helps you in finding a solution. Okay, so the whole funder of win-win situation is identifying each other's needs and goals. How do you do that? First, it should include the person you're concerned with, because you're not some great sadhu or sant to go ahead and solve everybody's conflicts. Try to solve conflicts between you and the person who means important to you, who's concerned to you. Maybe your business partner, maybe your boss, your colleague, your family, specifically your relationship. If that person is there, you want to spend your time, your life ahead, you want to grow, nurture together, involve them and spend your energy in finding a solution to it. Okay. Give a description of problems that respects all involved. For example, like in a relationship, I love you, my dear spouse, but I also respect your parents who are causing this problem to me. Is there a way we can work out towards that? Or is there a way we can solve things? The other possible ways you speak it out. Explain how conflict resolution can enable all to win. That is explaining the steps like, buddy, I'm going to get up in the morning 5 a.m. I'm going to wake you up at 6 a.m. I'm going to finish my regular work so that the bathroom is free or the kitchen is free or the hall is free for you. Try to work on a step-by-step method by chunking things in a small way on a daily activities. If it is at work, say, hey, dude, let me go ahead and send you a rough draft. See that if you're able to make it fine tune. Hey, but I'm good at talking. Can you help me do the technical stuff? Or hey boss, I'm really good at writing. Please, I don't want to be in the marketing front talking to things. Let me write things for you. Let me make the content for you. So, right, you identify the things which really works out. Explain the possible steps you can get it. Agree not to slip back to the win-lose method. Win-lose is things are quite fine. You're working towards a progressive way. And at some point of time, say, see, I told you, you are incapable of doing the technical thing. Avoid that. That was not needed to push the button. That could again flare up a small conflict in a larger way. So do not go for the lose method, win-lose method. Find a good time and a place with no distractions to communicate clearly if you have any other problem which has not been mentioned, if it is a workplace. Okay. And get something to write down ideas. Be very creative to identify your problems, identify your solutions, identify what you have done and how that person is missed out. So write it down. Journaling is the best way of handling conflicts and self-analysis and realization, and keeping it for the long run. Use messages to explain your own concerns and needs. Nowadays, thanks to the digital media, that you don't have to write it down, in case there are few people who have difficulty in verbally communicating their feelings at that particular moment. There are a lot of people you can, look into, just um, explain, because they are someone who are not able to frame sentences, who have problem in verbal communications, and they are fully built up and their body cues are giving it to you. Say, hey, but chill, relax, go ahead and message me out, or send me an email, or write it up to me what you want to see. So that gives them some calm time to list down things. And use reflective listening to hear and acknowledge others' needs and basic goals. Listen to solve a problem. Do not listen just because you want to give a right answer back. Evaluate exactly what each other actual needs are. Okay, list the needs. When you write it down, you know you're consciously, subconsciously, you're registering in your mind, these are the needs, buddy. You need to look into these things. And do not accept sudden promises not to cause the problem. Like, for example, we are so impulsive, we become in the respond mode instead of, like the reactive mode instead of the respond mode. And we say, I promise I'm not going to do this anymore. I promise I'm not going to see your face. These things are unexpected and unavoidable at times, but try not to do the repetitive pattern in your behavior. Try to work on your, habits and behavior patterns. Brainstorm all possible solutions. Okay, so which really helps both of you. For example, this cutting the cake exercise. You're in charge of your kid's birthday party and you have 4 children. Okay, and you have one particular cake. I'm sure we would definitely go ahead and cut it equal parts. But with the 4 children, there might be one child who loves the rose candy which is on top of the cake. The other child might not like the cream of the cake. So you remove the cream and just give the sponge part. The other child may really love the whole piece with the icing on top and a lot of decorative pieces, can give that. And the other child who is good to take it up. So this is how you might identify the child's likes and dislikes and needs, and you would bifurcate. Cost sharing is another problem solving ability, right? So looking at things from others' perspective, try to see the point of view and look for a solution that meets the underlying needs, the underlying issue which is there. So let me quickly run few images and say how they make a difference in your method of perception and seeing things. This can avoid conflicts. This image, the moment you saw, many of us jump to conclusion that it is a red Indian because we see his face, his eyes, nose, mouth, and the feathers, etc. And if you look more closely, it can look like a man facing towards the ice ball, a man or a child or a kid wearing a big brown suit or a snow set and trying to shovel the snow, or he's doing just facing the snow. So there are two different perceptions. It is the way you look at things. Try to understand. Do not assume. With this image, if you look at the dots in between the black dots, just look at them for maybe 10 to 20 seconds, you would slowly feel the images around are moving. Few would be clockwise, few would be anti-clockwise. Here your brain plays a tricky situation or a creation in your thoughts. It creates illusions which does not exist. Just because you've seen patterns which could possibly lead to be a circular motion or a sinking motion or a different feel, your brain start tricking you with what you see. So just what you see, do not do not let it lead you assumption. Understand, analyze, think, verify, speak, clarity. This image is another classic example of how illusions play a role. Here we see 3 different legs. They are perfectly good, no confusions. We have 2 different pathways. But if you see on top, we are able to see only the base is standing on 2 legs. What about the third one? It is literally merging with the building, but not knowing the source. So things can sometimes mislead you. They can misguide you. A timely check, timely review is very important. Having a clear-cut discussions, having your boundaries set. Hey boss, this is what I'm going to do. This is what you're going to do. Can help you. Do not assume. And different viewpoints, understanding and maintaining and respecting each other helps. This image is another beautiful example of the moment you see it's like white water falling and there's beautiful rocks which are really rugged and few are with different shapes. As you look closely, we have temples, we have images like a building, a carving. It looks like as if these people, the water is not, uh, water, but actually it is people who are trying to maybe decorate it in place or trying to carve out or whatever they are doing. They are people in action. Okay, so look closely, observe minute things, see the changes, see the patterns, see the flow, whether it's up to down, down to up, however it is. Look into details. Do not land an immediate conclusion. Okay. And this is also another beautiful image, which many of us think that it is an old lady with a big nose and a mouth which is gone because of aging. It's gone inside, and her big chin and her beautiful cap and a lot of wrinkles and her eyes also came. But there's another view also. It shows a beautiful young girl on facing the other side, wearing a nice black chain and a nice hat, lovely, luscious hair. You are your own decision maker. You can choose what you see and stick to it. If you're correct, stick to it. If you're wrong, see other perceptions. Identify whether you're right or wrong. Does it really make your life easy or not? Because like this in life brings in a lot of scenarios. Okay, so back to the session, brainstorm to generate all possible solutions. Think of any and all possible ways to solve your problem and your needs are met. And please, for heaven's sake, do not criticize anybody, and your feedback should be really on finding a solution. So listen to get a good feedback. Do not criticize. Both are putting an effort to find a solution for a problem, because you have to live together for a longer run, or you have to face each other for a longer run. And writing out suggestions or ideas definitely helps. Anything written really works because it improves your cognitive skills. Evaluate alternate solutions, not the phone. Please do not go to Google. Please do not go to different apps which says that you are this, you are into depression, you are into that. Please do not use that, heaven's sake. Instead, ask yourself, will it work? Does it meet all the needs of both the people? Or ask a professional counselor if it's related to career counseling, if it's related to emotional counselor or emotional coach, or someone elder in your house you have seen or who knows your personalities and abilities. Just ask. There's no ego into asking that and finding a solution. And do not accept solution for the sake of speed. Just because you have a limited time frame or something that you want the work to be done, just say, yes, I'll do anything. I'm good with it. I promise you, I'm good. I'm not going to be fine. Do not do that. Okay. Make sure that you don't accept solutions for the sake of speed, and please use reflective listening and I messages. And I'll show you the sample of I message in later slides. Decide on the best solutions. Find the solutions which mutually agree. Agreement seems to be difficult. To summarize the areas of agreement and restate your needs, because needs keep changing. As human beings, we evolve our age, factors, and scenarios. Make certain that both of you are committed to the solution. This is something important I want to stress it. If you're really working with a person or investing yourself, investing on a lot of things to set things right with your person, make sure the other person is also committed in doing it. It should not be a one way. This is never a one way. Okay, commitment, conflict resolution should be both in. Do not compromise your self-respect. Do not compromise your peace of mind. Do not compromise your image. Okay, you are someone and you are putting an effort to have something done for the appreciate the other person also, and make sure that they are dedicated to you, they are committed to you. Okay. Implementing the solutions, get agreement on who does what by when. Write this down and check it all. Refuse to be a micromanager or a police with a stick always. If you want to set criteria for success, try to work out these now. Now is the time for rectification. Later will never come in a relationship. So you have a problem, you have some solutions to be done. Start acting on it now. Do not take the other person for granted. Oh, she's going to be here, or he's going to be here. Let me discuss this later. Do not. Criteria for success, please work out things now. Okay. Follow up. See if it works out for you. Because human tendencies, it takes minimum 21 days to a month to accept the habit or formations. So see if your steps, your methods, your strategies of working together are helpful to each other. Does it really need? Does it solve the purpose of conflict handling? Is it solving your mental peace? Is it giving you happiness to both of you? Are you both accepting it and working and evolving together with this conflict resolution methods and steps? Then go for it. And ask from time to time that is it really good? Can we do anything more? But also remember, if things don't work out, you did your best, the other person did the best. Just the strategy didn't work. Blame it on the strategy, not on each other, please. Because both of you have put in the energy to come and see things work out. There are certain situations, certain people whom we cannot change. If they are meant to be, it is meant to be. Okay? Don't force and don't be too hard on yourself. Remember, the I use messages and reflective listening, which I put. So this is a way of communication. Okay, we do this in the verbal communications. I'm sure you would know about the soft skills. So here, I message is basically to improve communication to avoid pointing out mistakes on somebody or direct accusation. For example, you never listen versus I feel unheard, buddy. Can we talk? You never help around the house. Two, I feel overworked. I would really appreciate some help. You don't understand how I feel. Or I feel misunderstood and it makes me feel upset. So you see the impact of words by replacing you to I. That is called I messages. Taking the ownership, taking the responsibility of certain actions, activities, feelings, expressions really help you out. They sober down the discussions, they sober down, mellow down the conflict impact it can create. So the results of win-win situation, more creative with thinking up solutions. Go ahead, the stage is yours. Take more responsibility. Don't just say, you do it for me, you do it for me, or I do it. It has to be we do it together. Feeling of mutual respect, understanding what each other are good for and how we can move forward. And please do not hold your partner's hand saying that we work together on your left hand, you keep touching each and every single possible stone. This is normally found in business. Whenever we go in for new founders or whenever we look into new business partners or company corporates, people are working in a particular company, but still they have their hands on different other companies, different other people who are growing just to test the waters where my growth is faster. Kindly do not do that. If your time is bad, it can backfire. If your time is good, who knows, you might make the biggest jump of your lead. But please do not do that, okay? Please do not do that. And take more responsibility of helping everyone who have their needs met. Feeling of mutual respect and love grows deeper with every conflict resolved is applicable to a personal level. Now, quickly let us look into a few things that can make things more better in a conflict. The rules of the road, no. We know that the moment somebody says no, there is an impact on the receiver's head. The word no itself can give a negative splash over a regular decent conversation. Instead, you can use I. I don't think this is the right idea. I don't think you should go to the mall. I don't think we should take up this project, etc. Because do not use the statements that include the word you. It's like makes feels people defensive. We would not really like. Slow, breathe, slow down. Okay, remember it takes time to settle a conflict because every conflict will leave a scar which is intangible. That is your feelings, how you made someone else feel, or how you felt when someone else spoke to. So keep using your I way map to reach the safer roads or methods. Okay, detour. Detour ahead. Sometimes, my dear friends, tempers are so flaring that it may be necessary for you to take an alternative step. It may, till that person is calmed down, or maybe you have to look into ways of de-stressing yourself. Yes, we all are not Mahatmas or great personalities to do that, but making a conscious effort to take a detour or avoiding a particular scenario or conflict is really needed. Exit, leave that room, leave that place if you feel unsafe and then feel the discussion is going to go worst. Construction zone. Here again, the I message comes in. Okay. So use this steps and see. Use the word I, state the way you feel. I feel, state the specific behavior that you do not like. I feel you're being impulsive. State the willingness to cooperate or resolve. I feel you're being impulsive, due to which I have to keep quiet, or I feel restless. So when you start using breaking down the way you speak, it helps you to construct on a positive conflict handling. These are few tips. With practice, you can reach. Give it a try. Merge. After using properly constructed I-way statements, individuals can begin to share how far the problem has been solved. Often, best solutions are reached when two of the people, minimum two people, merge ideas together. That is, both work together in solving a particular problem. End construction. So after you have reached your construction, that is solving a problem, two individuals agrees to work, they can resume normal activities. This can be in terms of personal life, in terms of work and other areas. Because when human beings are there, we are filled with emotions and we are filled with lot of anxieties, stress, and lot of creative ways of seeing things in different perspectives and angles. So take a moment, think on what you see, think on what you want to say, observe your own feelings, what you want to let out, what you want to convey. Have yourself grounded, have that composure in you. Okay, these are the simple ways that you can really let conflicts go and avoid them in long run. So being a NLP mindfulness practitioner as well as a behavioral trainer experiencing, we can provide coaching sessions and give you the ability or skills for addressing and resolving both your internal and interpersonal conflicts, and can include various techniques based on the scenario and situations. Please feel free to connect with us at any point of time. Thank you for your time and hope you like this session and hope we add value to your life. Thank you. Take care.